religious organizations?
That's a great question, and all the churches are facing that. I really do think that part of, some of this is already beginning to happen. We're in a time where the church, and I'll speak for the Episcopal Church, but I think it probably applies for others, that the church that has historically been more established is finding that we need, the gospel hasn't changed, Jesus is still the same, but that we do need to learn and discover new ways, many of which may be very old and ancient actually, of carrying out and sharing that good news of Jesus. I'll tell you a story, I was in a Starbucks, this was about 7 or 8 years ago. People in North Carolina heard me tell this, but I was in a Starbucks standing in line, and I had a collar on. I was on my way to the Austin House, and a guy turned around and we struck up a conversation. Turned out he was a Mennonite pastor who had been deployed by the Mennonites to start a street ministry, a street church there in downtown Raleigh. And we got to talking, and needless to say, we ended up sitting down and having coffee and talking for a while. And he said something to me that I've said over and over again and would say again. I think this is symptomatic or a sign of the way we must be church in a new way in this time. He said, you know, in this time, in this kind of day where the church is not the automatic establishment, if you will, and people don't automatically come to it, he said, in this day, in this time, the church can no longer wait for its congregation to come to it. The church must go where the congregation is and there share the gospel and the good news of Jesus. I think that change of directionality, if you will, on the part of the church, church-wide, will have impact for our evangelism and for our reaching people who are not automatically coming to our doors. And it's a challenging time, it's an exciting time, but the church has been here. Read the Acts of the Apostles. It's in the Bible. We've done it before, and we can do it again.